Wanna go outside, Summer? For like, what, 3 seconds? Sounds good. Hello, ghouls and ghouls and goons. It's another gorgeous day outside to be alive. You know what I mean? It's a sunny day. It's great. Yeah. Yeah. So, it kind of occurred to me a while ago that, you know, when I was a beginner, as we all are beginners at life and other things, okay, anyways, you don't really understand how to do makeup, right? And so you watch these, like, really intense tutorials, and you're like, yeah, I can't do that, I don't look like her, I can't, what? You know, I don't own those products. And so I felt like I need to do this thing called Back to the Basics, where we get, you know, we name, like, this, today it's just going to be focusing on the eyeshadow, because I feel like that's one of the more complicated portions of the face, well, not the face, but on the face, the eyelid, that, you know, I want to just tell you, like, the names of things and just tips and ideas of how to do that from a beginner's point of view, to have a further understanding about what it means. Whew, you made it through that sentence, Amy, good job. Yeah, I'm adding, yeah, every day. Yeah, gibberish much. It's Tuesday, the 10th of January, February, March, April. It's May. I don't know, I knew it was 05, but I forgot that it was May. I'm super excited for summer. How are you guys doing? Any plans for the summer? Tell me what you'd want to be doing if you had, like, all the money in the world. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna wipe my face off, and then, yep, so I'm gonna be blank-faced. Shout out to Nate's Beats. Get her started. I'm not a big expert on the brushes, like, I know the gist of it, but I mean, if you know something I don't, just tell me about it. The first palette I really ever had, which was Maybelline, right here. This is pretty funny. This is like a throwback. This is crazy. As you can see, two of the colors are completely gone, which was probably a light color. So a palette that you're gonna want to buy, if you don't have one already, would be something like this that has all the, like, at least 4 colors. A light one, which used to be here, you know, browns. I like this one because it had colors, so you can experiment with it. And if you maybe are looking for something that you want to look good on your eye color, you're worried about that, just honestly go for browns, because browns look good on every eye color. Now for the crease, they typically say to have a dome-shaped brush, like so. To begin with, you would want something like a primer. This one would be more expensive because it's by Smashbox. So if you don't have a primer, just get any concealer that you have. This is also an expensive concealer. Why didn't I have cheaper ones, but, and the concealer basically will act as a primer. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. I'm not looking in a mirror though. No makeup mirror challenge. It's not what it is, no mirror makeup challenge. I'm just gonna be getting a mirror to actually look into. And so that's basically what you do to start off, because what happens if you don't put a primer on, you do the shadows and they look like creasy, if that's a word, and like ashy, and just not as sleek and smooth. And so I normally use a concealer just for every day, but if I'm going out, I'll use the primer, which is weird. The primers actually expire. So, like, look at your eye, and this is your eyelid, the part that you may or may not be able to see, and then the crease is what flips over that flap of skin right there. You know, sometimes I'll go above my crease just to make the illusion of having further back crease, if you know what I mean. So if you think your crease is too close and your eyelid is pretty much covered, just mimic a crease further back. So I'm fine. You know, maybe I would go up here, whereas my crease is more down here, if that makes sense. So you get that brown, and, you know, typically, I don't know, however you find it easier to find. Like, if your eye's open, it might be easier to find because you can see the crease automatically there. So you can just do like one straight line if you want. And you can see the line is appearing, right? I feel like I want to use a darker shade just to show you. Typically, if you're doing a very dark color, like a black or a darker brown, you would want to set it before with a lighter color like this so that it doesn't look so harsh. So this would be a lighter color. I don't want to go too dark. I would use this and go after on top of that. just so it's almost the color before acts as a base. This one is very shadowy. I like that. It looks like mercury. Mercury? Mercury. Okay, Amy, learn how to speak. Yeah, so blend that out. Now, see, if you just choose a lighter brown, it would be more subtle and natural if that's the approach you're going for. And there you go, that's your crease right there. Your actual lid color, like I was talking about, you have an actual lid, right? That's kind of what like holds your eyeball almost. It's just below the crease. You would get, for example, this would be the purple, it'd be the shimmery purple. Maybe in here, you would want the pink or just a lighter brown. Typically, you want the crease to be darker than the eyelid, typically, you know? You don't have to follow any of these directions because who knows, one day you might do something different and that becomes a new trend. Like who knows where any of these came from, right? So let me just use the flat brush to kind of, and just pack it on the lid, which, you know, some people will just put color on the eyelid and nothing in the crease. But so let's say you do that right now, you just put color on the eyelid. One step up from that is just to get a light brown and maybe a dome brush. Ooh, nice cat. And you simply do that, right? So if you have like a really dark color, it'll be very harsh, and that's what blending is for. Honestly, I used to be with my friend and we'd be doing our makeup pretending we're doing a tutorial and we'd be like, just blend away. You messed up, just blend away. And that's literally how it is with your eyeshadow. Like I'll be doing it and I'll think it'll be really bad, but you literally just blend away. I like this brush. I don't know exactly what it's for. I think this is what it's for, but it has this little arch here. And so you'll use the darkest color, and there's this thing called your outer V. Sounds weird now that I'm thinking about it. Your outer V is basically, pretend there's a V from the top, like from the end of like your lash line here, you know, at the bottom of your eyelid, and upwards like this. So you can see the crease color almost creates like this little V. So that's normally where you will put the darkest shade, because what will happen is there's more definition here and this would be your lightest shade, and in contrast it makes your eyes, you know, more bigger. Right, you see I already did the one line, and maybe you just want to do it into your crease. Say like the tip of the V would be here at the end of your crease. Just, you know, stroke it softly with the brush and drag it towards your upper lash line, which is another term I'll get to. And so there you go. Since it's your outer V, you also have like an inner V, which would just be right beside it, more inwards, which would typically be a lighter color but close to make it less harsh in a way. It's not just that one dark color, it's a light color to add a shadow. This V is really extended. You see people, typically they have the darkest shadow at the end here in a V shape, you know what I mean? And that would be considered your outer V. And you typically do that after you do your crease. But if you need to add more colors in the crease, I mean, go ahead, no one's stopping you. So like everything, you kind of just blend it. I would blend it inwards towards. On your upper eyelid of the darkest shadow here, it's where people you see they use eyeliner. Brush like this because it's thinner, you have more control, and you can smudge it. So I'm going to use the black because you can use like a really dark brown if you want, or like purple if you're feeling a little crazy, you know. And you simply, you see, like you have your eyelashes, right? And then you have this line right here above it. It's not a line there for you, but just imagine a line. And that's your upper lash line. Like downwards, or you can go upwards if you want. Just figure out like where you're comfortable doing, right? And that's the darkest color. And so what this does is it makes your eyelashes appear thicker. And so as you can see, it's basically like a soft eyeliner. Still does, but they, her makeup artist would take the darkest black, smudge it into the upper eyeliner, eyelash, and just blend it outwards. Like this works better when you use a crayon. The lightest color of your palette, which is normally a white color, would be your inner eyelid, which is right here, your tear duct. You know where your tear duct is? That little pink looking squid, like, I don't know, that's weird. That's where you put the lightest part, and that wakes you up, brightens your eyes. It's like when you put the highlighter on the face, you know, it's for highlighter for your eyeshadow. And then also your brow bone, which would lift up your eyebrow, make it appear like there's more space between your eyebrow and your eyelid. Anyway, so I'm gonna move on to the lower lash line, where typically what you're doing to the top, you do to the bottom, and I would put the brown just a little bit, not all the way, like a third of the way. And when I do a shadow on the bottom and top, I want to connect it. I don't want that separation, so you might, you know, feel free to sweep it upwards. It doesn't matter, because that will be the same color that you're using to do your outer V, and so it just blends in anyways. I also used this color, the shimmery mercury looking color, and I would put that in the middle. You just finish that off with the lightest brown. Maybe just blend it all together. You need to balance it out by doing the upper. It's all preference, but that's just, I don't know, I feel like if it's just on the bottom, it's too heavy. And you might want to take that light and maybe bring it in here. So you have it matching, right? Then you got to do that and take it and put it on the other side. So I hope you feel like eyeshadow isn't as big as a deal as it is perceived to be. I see a lot of people and they're like, oh, I can't do eyeshadow, you know, that's a lot of work, it takes a long time, but it's really not, and it's all built off of the same kind of layout. It's like the blueprint, and then it's just different colors and you experiment on your own. So have fun with that, and I hope you kind of have a greater understanding of eyeshadow and go play with some that you have right now, or go out to your local drugstore and buy maybe like a $6 thing with all the colors and just mess around and see what you like. And remember that this is just a blueprint, right? You can think outside the box, it doesn't matter. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be coming back at you. In my room, I procrastinate on cleaning the kitchen. Right now I'm procrastinating on cleaning my room. I'm at the point of my life where all of my jeans do not fit me, and they're like from grade 8 and they just skin tight, and I need to clean my room. But instead I made a YouTube video because I was procrastinating on you guys, and I don't want to do that anymore. My goal is for summer is to make a video every day, either on this channel or the other one. Yeah, if you didn't check out the other channel, I've been uploading more on there. That's more talking, since I clearly talk a lot. There it is, if I know how to do that yet. Stay tuned for more stuff. Recommend what you want to see. I'll do literally anything. I am crazy. Peace.